What's going on, diecast collectors? This is OBB, the diecast news guy, returning once more to bring you all a very interesting NASCAR diecast review on Ricky Stenhouse Jr.'s 2013 Best Buy Ford Fusion for Roush Fenway Racing. And yeah, you could definitely tell this car is from the year 2013 because all those things I just said in one sentence literally does not make any sense whatsoever. But anybody who is a big fan of the Best Buy schemes, you are in luck because what I'm about to show you is a very unique car, and it's also a rookie car for the one and only Ricky Stenhouse Jr. But before we get on to the diecast review, I actually want to take a look at the box real quick because this is a very unique box. You got the Gen 6 body right here, which is pretty cool, and then you got the background of the Daytona 500 race, so very unique. I kind of wish we had more boxes like this that had character to it. I mean, is it just like the 2009 boxes that we had back in the day? Absolutely not, but it is something to quite remember. But anyways, I hope you guys are ready for, I guess you could say this car is going to be quite the good Best Buy to get, because we're going to get on to the unboxing and the diecast review of Ricky Stenhouse Jr.'s rookie car. And alrighty folks, we got this diecast out of its box, and man, I can't believe I finally have a Roush Fenway Racing Best Buy diecast. I've been looking everywhere to find this car and finally got it in the palm of my hands thanks to my good buddy Zach from Booth 34 Diecast. First of all, if you guys have not seen my newest video, my newest diecast haul, probably recommend you guys checking it out because I was able to find a lot of cool stuff at this year's Daytona 500 Speed Weeks. But as I know, we are definitely, I know I said in the introduction, but this is going to be quite a Best Buy after all. But comment below if you guys still have a Best Buy in your guys' area, which I'm sure some of the newer kids are still watching, or if you guys are new to watching this channel, hopefully you guys are going to be encouraged to check out some of my other Best Buy diecast reviews, which this ain't the first time I reviewed a Best Buy car before, but it's a first for a Roush Fenway car because this is the defending scheme that won the Daytona 500 in 2012, driven by, you know, your 2003 Cup champion Matt Kenseth. And of course, you know, he ended up leaving to go with Joe Gibbs Racing along with another Roush driver, which was Carl Edwards. And in tune to that, the two-time Xfinity champion or Nationwide Series champion at the time, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. came on board. Believe it or not, yeah, he was a champion in a series. I know it's pretty hard to believe, but yeah, what I'm showing you guys right now is not only a very simple scheme, but you guys are seeing a nice little rough draft of what the first Gen 6 cars looked like in diecast form. And I will have to say, Lionel did a pretty decent job. I know that does look like a really sad Ford Fusion. I mean, if you look at it, it does look quite sad. It looks like it doesn't look mean at all. It looks pretty sad. I think Best Buy kind of knew what they were getting their hands full into. I mean, they were expecting like Matt Kenseth level, and they got Stenhouse. But this is like I think the one and only time I think Best Buy sponsored Stenhouse, and then I believe this is the last time they actually sponsored a NASCAR in NASCAR altogether. So. Yeah, definitely an end for an era to say the least. But from what I remember on the actual car, and believe it or not, if you guys get the 124 scale version of this, remember when 124 scale diecast actually had metal grill pieces? That's something we don't see anymore because of cost productions. But there's like this weird, like very thick ring around this grill, and I don't think that's how it is on the real car. And you can also see that there are no, there's just the Stenhouse, actually just Stenhouse, not Stenhouse Jr. I found it kind of funny, but there's no Ford logos as well. And that was something that Lionel didn't add until later. But looking at the fine details of this car, it is a very simple car, but the decal quality is pretty nice for what we got. I mean, keep in mind, I mean, this is only Lionel's third year in making NASCAR diecast, but since this is Lionel diecast, we do got ourselves a paint chip right where the Best Buy logo is. So instead of Best Buy, we got Best UI or UI. But I think the elephant in the room is, I mean, the paint scheme's not really a downgrade, but oh boy, I mean, not only the 17's a little crooked, and I know people would be like, well, why am I, why I got this car? Why did I got this? Well, that's why. It's a rookie car. And you know how much rookie cars go for. I mean, I'm not a type of guy that really goes for diecast value nowadays. I just like collecting for the hell of collecting. I mean, I could be a scalper, but heck, you know me, I don't like doing the scalper no scalping. But we got some other familiar sponsors for all you Fenway fans out there, or Roush Fenway fans, like Zest, Fifth Third Bank. Not really much sponsors on this, because like I said, this was the first full-time season with Ricky Stenhouse Jr. And I'm really glad I picked this up. And we can play a nice little game of how many times you're going to see this freaking Best Buy sponsorship on this car, as we do got some more blue paint chips right here. But believe it or not, I think Stenhouse, yeah, I got to go ahead and talk about the font. Yeah, the font is what makes this car not really stand out that well. I mean, I know they were trying to go for a different driver, and with a different driver, they had to change the font. But man, I still don't like this font to this day. I mean, I think they used this all the way up until I think I think after the RFK, after RFK came on board, they, well, I mean, not in 2022, but I think in 2023, they finally changed this font, and I'm so glad they did. Never been a big fan of this. I mean, I don't know, or maybe I'm crazy. Do you guys prefer this type of 17? I mean, I know the IndyCar fans might like number 17 for Kyle Larson, but I'm thinking of another 17. But man, God. But yeah, 17 is going to be all for only Matt Kenseth. But Stenhouse has had some good luck in the 17 car. Can't really say too much about this car, but he was able to get a pole, I think, at an Atlanta race. But I think he had a few runner-up finishes, but nothing too crazy to say the least. I mean, we all know what his only wins were in what is now RFK Racing, but was Roush Fenway Racing, which were, you know, those fifth, third bank cars that I think he both won at Talladega and Daytona. But yeah, if you guys could find this car and any other Best Buy cars, like the one I'm about to show you right now, because guess what? We will be doing a side-by-side comparison of another Best Buy car that I picked up at Daytona last year. It's the Dinger, AJ Allmendinger. And if you guys were expecting the Matt Kenseth car, you are pretty much SOL, because I don't have that car, all right? I am aware that they also made a NASCAR Authentics version, not the Lionel version. Spin Master made a version of this car as well. But I'm glad I actually got this, because it really just shows you that Lionel actually had some good quality back then, even though they weren't like absolutely perfect. But you know, those were the good early days, man. And that just shows you how freaking old I am in terms of a diecast collector. And heck, I mean, this is literally like old, like race day 2011 old. I mean, heck, he was the guy that literally reviewed majority of like the beginning of the Gen 6 cars. God, I'm having flashbacks now. But as you guys take a look, as we do get the overexposure in the background, like we always do, because we are definitely not a professional channel. But if you guys do like what you're seeing, probably hit that subscribe button and comment, like, and share what else you guys got to share about this. And let me know, what is your favorite Best Buy scheme? I mean, do you guys prefer the Dinger cars, or heck, even Jeff Green? I mean, it is a diecast that does stand out well in your guys' collection. And like I said, if you guys can find it anywhere else, especially at the flea markets, definitely is a good buy for sure. But with all the puns out of the way, I think this is going to wrap up the diecast review of Ricky Stenhouse Jr.'s 2013 Best Buy Ford Fusion 4 Roush Fenway Racing. Comment, subscribe, and this has been OBB, the diecast news guy. And heck, I'm gonna go buy my stuff at the best will, y'all.